1992 year. Of course, you know me as Brian. So I think I've said on YouTube and Facebook that I would show my Criterions that I picked up during the November 2020 Barnes & Noble 50% off Criterion sale. And then I bought some independent of that. They came out in December. So I'm going to show everything that I bought. I think I have everything. I have one other thing. I'll be right back. So that was just a split second, but I had to walk over to another part of my apartment to pick something up. So in no particular order, well, these ones over here, I think they're all December pickups, the ones I have piled in a certain place. And the rest that are in the bag were from November. And then I got 2 box sets. So, all right. So these are the December ones I've picked up. This one I picked, this one was released last week, the week before Christmas. But it didn't get to me until yesterday, and that's Amores, Perros by Inaritu. What's his first name? Alejandro G. Inaritu. And I think he directed The Revenant. I have a copy of The Revenant. I really like that film. I confuse his name with, there's Guillermo del Toro, whose only film I like his so far is Pan's Labyrinth. I like that film, but I don't like his other ones. I haven't seen Shape of Water. I'm digressing a little bit here, but there's 2 of them, Inaritu and there's the other guy, Alfonso Cuarón. So I think I have a few of his films, Gravity and Roma. But I think Inaritu did The Revenant. So in any event, this is Amores, Perros. I don't know if I'm going to get into a huge detail on all these films because I have so many to go through. So please excuse me if I can't if I don't dive deep into each of the films because there's a lot. So this is a booklet right here. There's a nice layout there, of a dog's jaws. I don't know. I got these box sets to show, and there are tons of pages in those box sets, and because they have books that come with them. So I don't know. It's just there's a lot in here. It's nice though. It is a nice layout, and it's so and the actor, is his name Gabriel Garcia Bernal, or am I getting it wrong? He was in the Jon Stewart movie Rosewood, I think it's called, where he plays an Iranian who's in prison in Iran for maybe being a journalist. I did see the film, but I think I fell asleep in the theater when I saw it. And he's been in other movies too as well. Okay, so next up, I think this was the second to last film I picked up. This is Symbiotaxiplasm. A friend of mine has this, and I don't know. I guess it's kind of an experimental, kind of avant-garde type movie. So I thought, why not take a look at it? And Criterion has been criticized recently for not releasing a lot of black filmmakers, like African American filmmakers or African filmmakers. And I believe this was directed by African American director. I think so, because there's a New York Times article addressing the issue, and this was one of them that they have in their catalog. But they're trying to rectify the situation by releasing more. So they're releasing one in 4 February, or is it? I think it's February, from Senegal, and I can't remember the name of the movie. They do have some African movies in their catalog and some African American films, but this New York Times article was criticizing Criterion for not being a level playing field for African American directors. Like they have some Spike Lee, but yeah. So, and they have some other African American directors. I think they're going to add. I think he's a poet and a photographer as well. Gordon Parks. They're going to add. Is it Watermelon Man, or I don't know. They're going to add his films to the catalog, I think. Maybe it is Watermelon Man. I think that's a film he did. Okay, now let me see. Okay, so, and the third, I think I only got three films for December. Then I got, this is the start of the December, Crash by David Cronenberg. This is a commentary on here from Cronenberg. I'm not going to get into all these little details. You can look it up on the internet. You can Google and you can see what the features are, or you can go on Criterion's own website and look at the special features. So maybe, and people on YouTube here have probably told you to death what's on all these releases. So I don't know if I have to go into big detail. Anyways, Crash is, because David Cronenberg's into body horror. It's people that are into, they get sexually turned on by car crashes. I think they make out, they have sex in wrecked cars. And I have seen the movie, but I haven't seen it in a while. So, but I like David Cronenberg. I love Videodrome. I love Scanners. So, okay, next up, now here's some I got in November. Ghost Dog. I'm going to show you. I'll show one of them, the box set that I bought during November. That was released during November. I bought 3 titles that were released during November. This being one, Ghost Dog. And these 3 titles that were released during November, my friend Sasha, aka Sexy Monkey, his YouTube channel, Sexy Monkey. I sent him these 3 titles that I'm going to show you. The third title I'll show you at the end of the video, but or towards the end of the video. But the next 2 titles, this one and the following, are 2 of the ones I sent to him. He lives in the UK, so he couldn't order from Barnes & Noble because they wouldn't ship to the UK. Long story. Amazon price matched Barnes & Noble's 50% off fee, and they did ship to the UK, but the problem was they didn't price match at the time I purchased the movies for him. In any event, what was I? And he reimbursed me. Good. He's a good friend. So, So he might have. I think Sasha showed everybody on his channel what it looks like inside of here. Inside the booklet. I have seen this movie before. I saw it in the theater. I had the soundtrack. I think I still have the soundtrack. It's on CD. It's probably somewhere up in my attic. But in any event, so that's Ghost Dog, and it, Criterion being the company that it is, they always embellish their editions. So they have this nice Hagakur. The Book of the Samurai. I think I have this total book upstairs in one of my boxes of books because I'm into Japan. So I think my books in Japan have this book in there. Because if you buy the Criterion for Dr. Strangelove, and you've seen the movie Dr. Strangelove, you'll see there's a, what do you call it, a manila envelope, small one, with a confidential letter in it, like a top secret letter, which is actually about the transfer, I think, and like a small book, or no, a bigger book, because they have a smaller. Well, they have a small Russian phrase book, which is like thank yous to whomever, whatever. Just like, but and then like a magazine kind of a thing with a Playgirl kind of not a Playgirl, Playboy photo, just like in the movie, So like the Russian phrase book in the movie. So they really think out their design, and then it has a bunch of pictures of the bomb that's going to be dropped, with the graffiti on it. So they put a lot of thought into their editions, and this is no different, So putting in the Book of the Samurai there, like they really think these things out, and that's one of the reasons why I like Criterion so much. Anyways, let me keep going here. Irishman by Scorsese. Of course, this is on Netflix, and I did see it on Netflix. And there was a special feature on Netflix, like talking with Pacino, DeNiro, Pesci, and talking with Scorsese. And but I decided to buy it. I'm a huge Scorsese fan. I saw him at the Tribeca Film Festival the first year I went there. But I brought my DVDs for him to sign at the time. I think it was 2004, I think it was. But he was on a stage and nobody could get close to him. I was in the balcony of this school that he was doing the presentation in, and he was being interviewed about how he uses popular music in his films. And but nobody could get close to the stage, and then he left after the presentation was over with. So, but he's a short guy too. He's like 5 feet maybe, because I'm 6'2". I believe I'm 6'2". That's what I think it says in my driver's license. But I believe he's like 5 feet or 5'5", or. I mean, Don Rickles makes a joke about it at the Martin Scorsese Life Achievement Award presentation, which you just YouTube it, and it's hilarious what Don Rickles says to Martin Scorsese. But of course, it's hilarious. It's Don Rickles, so what do you expect? Speaking of Don Rickles and Martin Scorsese, I have Casino, not the Criterion. They don't have a Criterion or Casino, at least not yet. But there's loads of special. Well, I don't know if it's loads, but I think it has long special feature documentaries on it, I think. And Scorsese does excellent commentaries. If you want to hear a good director you want to hear a director who does excellent commentaries, Scorsese is that kind of a guy. And I don't know if he does a commentary for this. Maybe not on this. I don't think so. I don't think it's on here. But and you know what? I think that commentaries might be getting abandoned more and more, because maybe maybe some people don't want them, or maybe it's going towards streaming, and I don't know. Maybe commentaries are becoming less popular, unless you're a person that likes film a lot and are into how things are done and how people talk about films. I don't know if commentators are totally gone, but sort of. I don't know what to think. Next up, you know what? I should show it like it is in the case first because that's part of the charm of this particular one. Parasite, directed by Bong Joon-ho. I have two of his other movies. I have Snowpiercer and I have The Host. The Host is signed by him. I believe that day that I saw that film at the Jacob Burns Film Center in Pleasantville, New York, he was showing Mother, I believe. I believe that's a film he did. I didn't like The Host that much. I thought it was kind of weak, but I thought Parasite was fantastic. Because I don't want to give too much away, but it's like showing the upper and the lower classes of society, and it's just I know that it's Korea, so it's a different. It's not exactly America. It's not exactly Europe or another area of the world. But you could apply it, I think, to more than just one area of the world. I think it's a really good film. I didn't really see a lot of films from last year, but I saw this. I saw The Joker. Joker was pretty good, but I think probably this is better. Yeah. Maybe it's hard to say, these things because they are approaching different subjects and different. It's kind of hard to say like apples and oranges. Like what do you like more? When they taste differently but are just as good. So who knows? But Parasite is awfully good. Okay, so next up, let's see, where do we go from here? Okay, I'm not really choosing them in X. I'm not sort of not choosing them in sort of a certain order, but you'll see them all anyways. Lost Honor, Katharina Blum, directed by Volker Schlorndorf. Maybe it's a coat. Yeah, and Margaretha von Trotta. So I guess it's two directors. This is a German movie. I did see this film before, but where did I see it? Oh, the city where I live in, the library, they had a copy of this, so I took it out, but it stopped at a certain point in the film and wouldn't go any further. And it looked like a pretty interesting film. I think it's about like this young woman. Is she a young woman? This woman who gets caught in the crosshairs of the media, like the tabloid-esque society. And I don't think she's like a regular celebrity, like an actress or something. She just gets caught up in this media circus and taken advantage of. And it's like addressing the ethics and the morality, whether that's good to treat people that way, the consequences of that kind of behavior. So that's why I bought it. Next up, I've been watching a lot of Chaplin, not in the last few weeks, but I was watching a lot of Chaplin. I think I thought of doing a Chaplin video, but because I thought of restructuring my channel a little bit because I was for a while doing those weekly reviews where I would just show what I did, show what I watched during the week, and then I took a different approach and I added pictures on the side of the screen to show the film I'm talking about. And that also, when I didn't have a disc and I watched it streaming, I did it that way as well. And then I took another approach, which was to show pictures while I was talking, so it wasn't getting boring. And for all I know, you're finding this boring now. Maybe you're not. Who knows? People like to see pickups. But whatever your cup of soup is or whatever. But anyways, so I've been watching Chaplin movies, and I just wanted to further my Chaplin watching, so I bought this, The Circus. I don't know when this came out. Okay, my screen just went blank there for a second because it was on for 20 minutes, so it tends to do that. I mean, it's still filming me. It's just that the screen goes dark, so I don't see myself. So, I don't like the fact that some of these Criterions don't have booklets. I don't think they're totally dropping the ball on that issue. I think they're still sort of addressing it, but they're not totally addressing it, I don't think, all the time, which is kind of sad. Because I think they used to not ever be the case. I don't know. So, anyway, that's The Circus. Okay, so next up, let's see, where do we go from here? I'm trying to structure my showings here. Okay, next up, we got Detour by Edgar Ulmer. He said he was looking for love, but fate forced a detour, you know. So it's this nice kind of, what would you call this kind of layout? Like a Liechtenstein kind of look to it. Is that the modern artist who did those kind of poppy kind of things? I don't think it's a Warhol-esque kind of a thing, but more of a Liechtenstein. But I think this film was like a big bomb at the box office, but I think it's gained gained a foothold as far as popularity has gone. Well, not critical reception. It started to become. I don't know if "started" is the right word. It's gained traction. And it's getting more acclaim. It's getting more notice. So I think the studio that released this film I think it's called Poverty Row. In the comments down there, correct me if I'm wrong, if it's like called something else, but I think it was called Poverty Row, the studio that made this, and I think they went bankrupt, which is kind of ironic. Well, because they're called Poverty Row or whatever, But it's a film noir movie, I believe, and has the elements of film noir to it, like the femme fatale and all that stuff. And the unlucky guy, This one was recommended by a friend of mine, Roger, Channel Don Star. So I bought it. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know when I'll watch it, but it's on my to-do list. So, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Let me see who directed this. It's awfully hard for me to read this little type here. I can't read this. Film producer. Film. I can't read the bottom there. Maybe it says on the The director is Celine Sciamma. I think that it's a woman director, and that was one of the reasons I bought this, because I don't think I have a lot of women-directed movies in my collection. And that's, sort of the approach I took towards Symbiote Taxiplasm. And I have 2 Spike Lee movies, Criterions. I also have Malcolm X and Black Klansman that are not Criterions. But I wanted to and I have Man on... No, I don't have it. Man on Fire is Tony Scott. I did watch, but I watched the one with Denzel Washington that Spike Lee did. What's that called? It was on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it. With Clive Owen and what's his name? Christopher Plummer and what the hell's the name of that movie? Just put the title down there. Maybe I'll remember in a second. I can't remember the title. Okay, so let's see how we're going here. Okay, now this is a film. I don't know if the trailer looked that fascinating, but I want to give it a go. So it's Jane Fonda and Donald Sutherland and Klute. I don't know who directed this. Oh, Alan Pakula. I think Alan Pakula died in a car accident. If you know, more in detail how he died, let me know in the comments. But I think it was sort of like something dropped off a vehicle and hit his vehicle that he was in, and he died. So I think that was how it goes. And I think he wasn't too. Maybe he was middle-aged. I don't think he was old when he died. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe he was older. Because I think he's been around a while. Or was around, because he no longer is. So, so Jane Fonda in this film plays a prostitute, I believe, and she did some research on how to play the prostitute, and Donald Sutherland, I think, plays a private investigator. But I haven't seen this film, so I'm kind of in the dark on this, so I have no idea how good or bad it is. But I think I'll be pleasantly surprised, So, I don't know if you're seeing these pictures that well, but I'm trying to get through this. So, anyways, that's Klute. I think I'm up to the box sets now. I don't think I have any single films. Let me see. They're all in this bag here, so it's hard for me to see them all. I think I'm on the box sets now. I think. Yeah, I think so, yes. Okay, so now we're up to box sets. So I'll show the smaller box sets first and then graduate to bigger ones. So, okay, so let me start with these Eclipse box sets that I bought. Bought 3 of them. I'll get to this director. Bought 2 of his. I think he's from Finland. His name is Aki Kaurismaki. So this Eclipse set is called Proletariat Trilogy, and the movies are Shadows in Paradise, Ariel, and The Match Factory Girl. So I don't really know a ton about who this director is, but I saw his name on the Criterion channel when I had it, and I was going to watch them, but I didn't. And I think I just heard about this guy from time to time, so I thought I'd check him out. So that's the first one. And then the second one I bought of his is this called Leningrad Cowboys, and they're called Leningrad Cowboys Go America, Leningrad Cowboys Meet Moses, and then Total Bialaka Show with 5 music videos. So I think this is about a music group called a rock and roll band called the Leningrad Cowboys, and I think they go to America and Helsinki. Helsinki. Yeah, so I don't know what this is about, but I like being pleasantly surprised. This is a blind buy. So, Leningrad Cowboys Go America, Leningrad Cowboys Meet Moses, and Total Balalaika Show with 5 music videos. So, okay, so anyways, that's the 2 Eclipse sets of Aki Kaurismaki, and I don't know if I'm butchering that, but anyways. And then I've seen these films on the Criterion channel. This is a woman director. She's Russian, and her husband did an excellent movie called Come and See, which I purchased in July, and I really loved that film. Very depressing, but very good, about the genocide in Belarus and Russia during World War II with the Germans and the Russians. And but anyways, that's her husband's film, and I can't remember his name, but Larisa Shepitko is this woman, and this is an Eclipse box set. And there are 2 films, Wings and The Ascent, and I saw both of them on the Criterion channel, and I was very impressed. And The Ascent is having another release in maybe it's January, and it's going to have some special features on it. But I've seen the special features on the Criterion channel. I thought, oh, when am I ever going to watch a special feature? So, and this is cheaper this way to get it this way. So it's just the film. But with these Eclipse box sets, they have these essays on the side. So the Eclipse box sets do not contain special features, and so that sort of cuts down on the cost of maybe their production. So, anyways, okay. So next up, we have John Cassavetes' 5 films. For the last few years, or maybe even more than that, I've been curious about this box set. I've seen a few of these movies. I've seen Woman Under the Influence and Opening Night. I think I've seen Opening Night, and I recall really liking them. The ones I haven't seen, Shadows and Faces, I don't think. And I had The Killing of a Chinese Bookie, but I sent it to my friend Sasha, because if I have this Killing of a Chinese Bookie in here, I have no need to have another version of it. So anyways, this is John Cassavetes' 5 films. I think it's loaded with special features on here. I'm not going to get into that because you can look that up you could just Google that and find out. But I'll just show you the pictures in the booklet. And the booklet is pretty thick, if you can see. I don't know if I can show all these pictures because it's just awfully time consuming, But I guess his movies were sort of improv, and I think he sort of showed that you could make a movie without having a cast of thousands and special sets and like explosions, and he was an actor's director, and I think the money he made from acting in films, like he was in Rosemary's Baby by Polanski, playing Mia Farrow's husband. So but so maybe, I think that's how he got the money to make these films, and I think the films. He sort of didn't care. Well, I don't know if I'm putting words in his mouth. Maybe he didn't care about like if the sound sounded perfect, or there's a boom mic in the frame. There's more spontaneity and rawness to it, I think, rather than polished performances and expertly smooth and unblemished camera work. Oops. Oh, man. I gotta... These Blu-rays are falling. I don't want them to fall. Okay, I'm good now. So, what did I do here? So yeah, opening night, killing of a Chinese bookie. This is a good one. Women Under the Influence. Faces and Shadows, which I think was a landmark movie when it came out. So, in any event, and I think this was loaded with special features, but I just hadn't bought it, and wanted to sink my teeth into it, if you will. So I got it. So, and before I get to the big box sets, I bought the third Martin Scorsese World Cinema Project, which has the films Lucia from Cuba in 1968, After the Curfew from Indonesia in 1954. I'm going to butcher this, I bet, but and the directors were Humberto Solis for Cuba, Usmar Ismail for Indonesia, Hector Babenco directed Pixote from Brazil, 1980. Juan Bustillo Oro directed Dos Moños, Mexico, 1934. Med Hondo directed Soleo O, Mauritania, 1970. And then you got Bahram Beyazeh, Downpour, Iran, 1972. So I like Iranian movies a lot. So like I have the Coker Trilogy, and I have Close Up, and I have what's that movie called? The Cherry Moon, or they're all directed by Abbas Kiarostami. What's that film called? It's about this guy who wants to die. I heard about it. I have it. It's over on the other side of the living room where I am right now. This is the Martin Scorsese World Cinema Project. I think he has intros for each film, and he picks these films and curates them. So, it's like if you went to a cultural place like the Jacob Burns Film Center, or the Alamo Drafthouse, or the Alamo Drafthouse is in Yonkers, New York, and the Jacob Burns Film Center is in Pleasantville, New York. Or you go to the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. they'll pick films to show the audience, curate them. And so Scorsese chose these films, and he has two other box sets, these World Cinema box sets. They're called World Cinema Projects. And I haven't watched any of them yet, but oh no, that's not true. I watched Tuki Buki. I think this is the first one, and that's from Senegal. And I honestly can't remember the name of the director. But oh, there we go. My screen just went blank again because it was 20 minutes in. That's what it does. So I just had to click on my computer so I could see myself again. Can't remember the name of that. People, if you know the name, or if you know what I'm saying, there's a film called Taste of Cherry. A Taste of Cherry. It's about this guy. I'm going to plug a person's channel here. There's this woman. Her YouTube name is Movie Chatter, and she's Stephanie. She recommended that film on her channel, and she recommended another movie called Come and See, which is by the husband of the director, Larisa Shepitko. And another person on YouTube really recommended Come and See. I thought it was a great movie. Need Gore, a.k.a. Corey. So, and I was really impressed with Come and See. I'm so impressed with that movie. I'd love to watch it again. Unbelievable movie. And I love depressing movies. I like movies with happy endings, but life's not always fair, and life can deal some, you can have some bad things happen to you, and probably life wouldn't be life if it wasn't like that, perhaps, to a certain degree. And you wouldn't appreciate happy things in your life if it wasn't for sad things entirely. I'm not trying to bash people and say they should be unhappy all the time, but suffering is part of existence. Like the Buddha says. So I don't know. I'm rambling here, but I'm not trying to sound all depressed or something. It just I'm just saying that about like certain films like Tokyo Story or Late Spring by Ozu, or some of Ingmar Bergman's movies. They have a tendency to be Bergman's films have not a tendency. They have a leaning sometimes towards depressing perception. I don't know, something like that. Okay, so I don't know if I'm making sense there. I'm trying to make sense, Okay, so let me see where should I go. Okay, I'll do this one first. So I got two more box sets. And after that, that's the end of the video. I guess this is going fairly long because it took a long. I bought a whole bunch of Criterions during November, so that's why it's taking so long to get through them all. So, anyways, here's Essential Fellini, the box set. Doesn't have all Fellini's films, just to warn you if you're thinking of buying this. It doesn't have Casanova. It doesn't have The Clowns. It doesn't have Ginger and Fred. And it doesn't have his last movie. I can't remember the exact title of it, but something Moon, with Roberto Benigni, I believe, is in it. And if you know the name of it, just put it down there. Voices in the Moon, maybe? Is that what it's called? I don't know exactly. But in any event, okay, so it has this thing on the back, which I took off. And then, let me get this out of here. Should come out easy. Oh, there we go. Comes with this nice folder kind of a thing here. You see Juliana Massina, his wife, and Anthony Quinn from La Strada, and Marcello Mastroianni, his what's that word I'm looking for? His surrogate, his director surrogate, like his personality, and then Anita Ekberg from La Dolce Vita, one of my favorite films of all time. Anyways, I heard on the internet and YouTube that some of these discs came out when people opened the case, and I sent it to Sasha, and he found three Blu-rays that fell out of there, and he found them a little scratched when he said he watched one and went through smoothly, I guess. And I thought, my Blu-rays would fall out of here, but I guess they didn't. So, but it has Variety Lights, The White Shake, Vitelloni, which is regarded by some as Fellini's best film, which is, I've seen it at the Museum of Modern Art, and I thought it's one of his worst. It's Richard Schickel's favorite Fellini film, I believe. La Strada, Il Badone, Nights at Cabiria, which is a good movie. But my favorite is La Dolce Vita. I love that movie. And 8.5, a close second. And then it has Julia of the Spirits, Fellini Satyricon, Roma, Amarcord, and The Ship Sails On, Intervista, and then I guess it's a documentary thing. Marcello Mastroianni, I Remember. And it's 193 minutes. So let me see, what is that? 20, 30, 40. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I guess it's 3 hours and 13 minutes or something. So, and then you get a booklet here. I'm trying to try to speed this up as much as possible. You don't get tons and tons of pictures, I guess. You sort of do. I don't think I'm showing these well. It's kind of hard to maneuver this. But anyways, I'm not really showing the pictures that well. And then you get another book with it. Fellini there. I'll try to show these the best I can. I think it has Fellini there when he was younger. I just noticed that there. This is going to take too long to get through. But you probably could look at this online, maybe. Or people on YouTube might show these pictures more. It will go on too long if I just... See, I'm at 48 minutes now. So it's taking forever to get through this. Nita Ekberg there. Okay, so there's one more box set to show, and that's it for the video. So let me get to that. As far as the Fellini films that didn't make it on the set, like Casanova, for example, maybe they're having Criterion's having trouble securing the rights for those films because of studio interference or whatever. And it doesn't have face. Oh no, I'm thinking of Bergman, because it has that's the last thing. I'm going to show you. It's this one. Ingmar Bergman Cinema. Now, with both Fellini and Bergman, I have a lot of their movies. But with these booklets and these other films I don't have theirs, I thought maybe I should buy them. So, and then on the back there, that's Bergman, I guess, setting up a shot or whatever. And that's Persona in the front. So, this is a nice set here. Comes with a lot of movies. I'll show you the movies first. In the back with Bergman. I think that's like the 60s there. And he might have been in his 40s or 30s. And there he is in a church, which is, his father was a Lutheran Lutheran? His father was a minister. So, and I believe Bergman became an atheist as time went by. Just didn't see, he had like a dim outlook on God, I'm an atheist, but I think his views towards belief in God changed as his life progressed. So I guess I can sort of see I'm not Bergman or anything, but like see where he's coming from maybe a little bit. As far as, believing in God and all that kind of stuff. He's more than just that, he's tackling relationships, marriage, children, death, rape, these are war. These are the things he tackles in his films. Old age, youth. And I can't list all the movies. It would take forever to talk about, show them. List them off, but it's like, I think it's 39 movies that are in this box set. And there was there's a piece of paper that goes with this. And I don't know where it is. Because it says it on the back. I'm looking for it. I don't know where I put it. It's not there. I don't know. I'll look for it later. But I think it's something like 39 movies. And then it comes with this nice book here. Oh, it's on the back. I found it. Okay. That's Virgin Spring there. Bergman on the back there. He's really young there, maybe late 20s, maybe, or early 30s. Some of these movies that I'm showing you, in regards to Ingmar Bergman and Fellini and other films that I haven't shown you in this particular video, like Kurosawa, Buñuel, Godard. I had seen these photos of these films for long periods of time when I was a teenager from the library that I lived at the time, and but I didn't have access to the films, so I was always curious about what the films were like. And of course, now I have tons of movies to watch, and I have all those Godard and Fellini and all those films. I now have access to them, and I can watch them. But I think the reason why these Fellini and Bergman box sets are kind of expensive is because, like, the paper this print is printed on, with film books, it tends to cost a lot of money because they use high quality paper to get their nice images on, and that can be kind of pricey. So, but But yeah, so and then there's the back that was stuck to the back of the box, you know. So okay, so that rounds it up. I don't know if I should do a recap or not. Let me put this back in my put this back, and I'll think about it as I'm doing that. Oh, I think I put it in the wrong way. Yep, I did. When I opened up the Irishman, I was poking it up, you know, trying to rip it open with the scissors I had, and I don't really get too much out of shape. I etched a little of the scissors into the binding, which is a little bit annoying, but not that much. Because like I have a lenticular cover from my Time Bandits Criterion, and I let that sit in the back window of my car. So the sun made it, you know, the lenticular cover curve, you know. But it's not so bad that I want to buy, you know, throw it in the trash and buy another Criterion of Time Bandits. You can't, I just can't, you know, throw money that way. So, but anyways, that wraps it up. So I guess I'll do a recap. So essential, and that Ingmar Bergman's Cinema. Essential Fellini. Martin Scorsese's World Cinema Project #3. John Cassavetes' 5 films. Larisa Shepitko. Aki Kaurismaki's Leningrad Cowboys and Proletariat Trilogy. The Lost Honor of Katharina Blum. Detour. Charlie Chaplin's A Circus. Alan Pakula's Klute. Celine Sciamma, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Bong Joon-ho's Parasite. Martin Scorsese's The Irishman. Jim Jarmusch's Ghost Dog. David Cronenberg's Crash. William Greaves' Symbiote Taxiplasm. And then I think this is the last one, Amores Perros by Inaritu. So thanks for watching. I had no idea this video would go on for about an hour, but anyways, I guess it has. And I guess I'll wrap it up. I could put it as subtitles on what I was going to say, so I could get it out of the way. But I'll just say it now. So, 2 things. I set up a new channel for my music, because this channel is film. Well, obviously, because it's Kubrick lover, it's going to have material about films like this video. But I do other things on this channel. I do poetry, and I haven't done poetry in a long time. But I also do music, a lot of music, garage band music. And I don't know if everybody sees it. So what I did was I set up a new channel, and that one's called The Rock and Ronin 47, which is all lowercase. So it's THEROCKIN RONIN, and then 47. And that's all music. That's all it is. And I've been loading up some video files of music to it. So in the future, on my Kubrick Lover channel, I will always put the GarageBand music on as I usually do, but I'll also put it up on my Rock and Ronin one. So I just wanted to get my music out there, sort of a little more, what have you. And in regards, and the second thing I gotta say, and then I'll wrap it up. I'm working. I'm sort of fiddling around or working with a album concept title. I've thought of this album called titled Hiroshima of the Mind, sort of playing off the title of Lawrence Ferlinghetti's poetry book, A Coney Island of the Mind. And so, I've been working on the poem, not the poem, the album, and starting to get kind of ambitious with it, like maybe making it a double album, maybe making it 2 hours or an hour and a half album. So, I've had lots of GarageBand stuff, files on my hard drives, and a lot of it's instrumental. I thought of using them as some of those as songs, or instrumental bridges between songs, and then conceptualizing the album. So like have one part be about the bomb, maybe one part about the aftermath, maybe one part about before the bomb. And then I sort of branched out a little bit with other things, like maybe a section about Japanese movies. And I was thinking of interlacing it with, Japanese instruments, like the koto drums and what is it called? The koto? The thing that stretches out on the floor, and, woman plucks it with these picks on her fingers. And what's that other? The sami-san, which is sort of like a Japanese banjo. And so, embedding that in the album. But I think there's a long way to go on that. I've been like I took some audio clips off of YouTube, like people talking about the Enola Gay that dropped the bomb at Hiroshima, and the sound of the bomb, and some Japanese music, I could merge into my songs, and on my iPhone I have some Japanese instruments that I could like record onto my computer. So. But it's going to be a while, because I thought of some song titles and writing up some songs, lyrics, and then I had songs already that I might just put in there for the album. So it's I'm working on it, tinkering around with it, and just feeling my way through it. So. In any event, I'll leave it there, and thanks for watching, and hope you have a nice Christmas and Happy New Year, and let's hope 2021 is a way better year than this one was. All right, thanks for watching. Bye for now.